Every producer hits this at some point. You find a sample you like, you chop it, you make a beat around it, and suddenly it just doesn't feel right. The drums don't go with the sample, and the whole groove just feels off. And no matter what you layer, it always seems like it's missing something, which then always leads to this. I have found a sampling trick that can fix this. Legends like Kanye West, J Dilla, The Alchemist, Madlib all use this method. And if you use it too, maybe it can lead to more inspiration and creative output, and ultimately for yourself, better beats. Today I'm showing you how I flip my workflow and why this approach completely changed the way I make beats. So most producers start with the sample, right? Then they either loop a section, chop it up, and add the drums. This is the way I make 95% of my sampled beats. Most of the time, this works for me, but there are odd times it just doesn't spark any creativity in myself. I feel like I'm making the same beat over and over again. The energy feels flat, the swing feels off, and I just feel a big lack of motivation. Everything changed for me when I learned I don't actually have to do it this way. In fact, some of the greatest don't do it this way. They actually start with the drums first. Once the rhythm is set, everything else, sample, bass, additional sounds, fall naturally into place. And this small shift just changed everything for me. I don't even know why it took me so long to consider doing this. It just reignites new ideas and new bounces I previously wouldn't have thought of. And today I'm going to run through 2 beats that show this process. So for the first beat, let's just make the drum groove. So I have these live drum sounds, and I'll just bring the snare forward a little bit and swing the kick. And the hi-hats, we want these to be off-grid too. Maybe an open hat in this section. Another live sound, just a layer with this kit. And then like something for the turnover, some toms or something, like tom roll. Yeah, and look, I'm just keeping all of this slightly off-grid. And I just want to emphasize this live sound. So these plugins are actually adding a bunch of character to this sound. Now let's just try and chop this sample around these drums.
All the folks you love together.
I'm not gonna lie, I was so locked in. I was just pulling this face 99% of the time. But anyway, here are the sample chops. See, I love those elements together, and the bass just locks in that low end. And the interesting thing is, I actually flipped this sample 1 month ago. And this is the beat that actually inspired this whole video. So I started with the sample first. The chops I found are totally different. And here, I'm sorry to say, are the drums. I mean, the drum sounds are good, but the pattern and the sample, it just doesn't work together in my opinion. It sounds less natural, more forced. I mean, just look at beat 1. Versus beat 2. And it's crazy how I had the same sample, the same drum sounds, but the beat is just so much better. It just reinforces how powerful this method is. You might think starting with drums limits creativity, like you're having to force the sample over it. But actually it sparks more creative choices you wouldn't previously have made. You hear loops and textures you wouldn't previously have noticed, and you can make them merge so well together. And whenever I'm feeling stuck, this method has totally just transformed the way I approach beat making. I mean, the legends do this for a reason. Now we can use this same philosophy for beat 2. Let's start with the drum break. So this drum break sounds good. It goes without saying, all these drums and drum breaks are from the new Ivory drum and drum break kit, featuring over 100 drum one-shots and over 60 vintage style processed drum breaks. The link's in the description if you want to refresh your drum sounds, it's available.
With you.
Ooh, I like the sound of this sample. Again, I spent much of the time like this, but here are the sample chops I got. Yeah, and let's just reinforce this bass. Then we can just spice it up and add these vocals in.
Maybe you are lonely. Maybe you are lonely. Oh, baby, and just realize that I'm lonely too.
Yeah, and I just want to spice it up, so let's add some of our own melodic elements.
Maybe you are lonely. Oh, baby, and just realize that I'm lonely too.
And these plugins go a long way in making this fit with the sample.
Oh, baby, and just realize that I'm lonely.
And then like a piano in this bit. Just fits with the sample so well, it sounds like part of the sample. And when I saw how the Alchemist spoke about his process, it just confirmed to me that this method can lead to way more creativity than just utilizing samples first.
Over the years, I started doing that. Or like, let me get a drum going, or like a pattern or some tempo, so that way I have like a starting point, and then as I'm mixing in records, it becomes more unpredictable, if it makes sense.
You feel the beat first and the sample second. These go together so well.
Get on my heart. Just let me talk to you. Yeah. Tomorrow came today.
That is perfect to end the track.
Get off that dog and serve that C again. Clapping it up, stacking it up. If I see buddy, I'm clapping them up. I'ma go shoot at that bitch if that nigga survive. One day we can patch it up, yeah.
So starting with the drums first can lead to new ideas, better swing, more experimental sample choices, and ideas you previously wouldn't even have considered. And if you want the Ivory drum and drum break kit, it's in the description down below. Thank you for watching.